Carolyn Sue Jones was born in Amarillo in 1930, according to biographer James Peelant, and took an interest in acting early on.
Her mother loved reading movie magazines and introduced Carolyn to the cinema. In fact, her mother had played in movie houses earlier, and so Carolyn was really absorbed in whatever her mother wanted to do. And so I think that Carolyn lived out her mother's dream.
In the childhood home Jones grew up in with her mother, sister, grandmother, and step-grandfather, Jones would find her stage.
In my book, I write about the bedroom that she shared with her sister, that was really Carolyn's stage for her acting dreams. And so Betty would instruct as her audience for Carolyn to go in the closet and practice her part and then open the door and play the part in different ways.
Jones attended Amarillo High School, graduating in 1947, where she participated in speech and dramatics.
In school, she was very good with giving speeches. They said she would act out her speeches.
After graduation, she was accepted and attended the Pasadena Playhouse, somewhere she dreamed of attending.
The acting school, Ruth Buzzy, many stars went there, and that's where she really learned. She was in so many performances, and that's, of course, where she also met future actors. It was her network.
Peelant says early on, Jones had a difficult time finding roles, which led her to getting rhinoplasty, which seemed to open up possibilities for her. IMDb says her breakthrough came in the 1953 movie House of Wax, where she would star alongside Vincent Price. 4 years later, she would receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for Bachelor Party, where she would debut a new look that would help her with many roles to come, including the next year's King Creole, starring the king himself, Elvis Presley.
Bachelor Party, and it's one of those roles. At first, she had some trouble getting into it, but it seemed to take off. And then with Elvis, she got along with him very well, and the other actors in that show too. By that time, she's changed her image. She's cut her hair. She's no longer a blonde, and it's gave a totally different look to her.
This would all lead up to Jones's most famous role, known around the world, Morticia Addams.
She was already well known before the Addams Family, but it took her career in a different direction entirely, of course. And I think the success of that show is because it was so different from anything else. And in talking with Carolyn's sister, Betty, she said that was her best role, that she was more like Morticia than any other character that she played. And I think that's because of Carolyn's offbeat sense of humor. It fits so well into the Addams Family. And also, she took this Charles Addams cartoon character and made it alluring.
Jones would pass away in 1983 after battling colon cancer.
And she's cast as Myrna on a soap opera, and she's past 50 at this point. And this was really, I think, a shining example of her acting talent. But what's so sad is that she was very ill at this time, that she had cancer. And I think maybe this is part of your question about her legacy, and maybe an inspiration to other actors, is that even while Carolyn was dying, she was breathing life into Myrna Clegg.
Peelant adds that Jones's greatest fear was she would not be remembered.
What I think is remarkable is, and she could have never have dreamed this, and her sister Betty and I would discuss this, that here it is 40 years after her death, and she has a whole new generation of fans, people who love Carolyn, they love Morticia, they often can't separate the two. And I don't think Carolyn would have ever have dreamt that.
In Amarillo, Jack Kessler, KAMR Local 4 News.